What video game should get a sequel, but likely never will? Kirby Air Ride. I haven't seen anyone else say this yet. But man, let's get Kirby Air Ride 2 on the Switch with an upgraded city trial. Time Splitters. That series was amazing and the multiplayer was ahead of its time, particularly the map editor. I'd love to see what a modern-day version would look like. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Legend of Dragoon. Castle Crashers. Crimson Skies. Alternate Earth 1930s steampunk with sky pirates, giant Nazi mechs and dope flying. Update for a new console, give it a little more open-world gameplay and some ground missions and bam. That's a winner. Alien Isolation without a doubt. I'm on my third playthrough since release and it keeps impressing me how tight the game is, gameplay, graphics, AI, and god damn is the atmosphere amazing. Playing it in VR is a recipe for nightmares. Unfortunately, it just broke even for Sega, so no chance for a sequel at this point, which Sega has stated outright, if I recall. Freedom Fighters. Damn, I loved that game. Addendum, holy shit, why more people liked this game than I ever knew. To my fellow freedom fighters, I salute you. 07. Jet Set Radio Future. It came out in 2002 for the original Xbox and was a masterpiece. The soundtrack was unreal too. At the very least it deserves a remastered version. James Bond games. Like what the fuck happened? The Saboteur. Open-world GTA-style game set in Nazi-occupied Paris where you play as an Irish race car driver, ex-IRA soldier who goes around blowing up Nazi watchtowers and pro-Nazi radio towers. Oh, and your base of operations is in a secret room in the back of a titty bar and there was a $2 DLC that made half the dancers topless. The Golden Sun series. The Golden Sun saga is one of the best RPGs ever made in my opinion. The first two games pushed the GBA to its limits and were absolutely fantastic. They made number 3 after 7 years of silence and the game was made to be more simple and the story wasn't as impactful as the original 2, but it was still a real good and addicting game. It ended on a cliffhanger and we have been sitting here for around 9 years with nothing. Edit, wow, I would have never expected this to blow up. Be sure to check out Golden Sun if you are interested. The community is still active. Glad to see so many others who also love this amazing saga. And thanks for the Redditors who took my gold and silver virginity. Lol. Did Sleeping Dogs ever get a sequel? If not Sleeping Dogs. Fantastic game. I really want Skate 4. If the gods of game development are listening, I would really like a * black and amp, white 3 *. Ideally with a sandbox mode. With Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash, I'm hoping that a true Banjo 3 will come soon, but I don't think it will happen. Edited a word. War of the Monsters. Most underrated kaiju game ever. X-Wing, or really any Star Wars space combat sim that isn't arcade-style controls and missions. Edit, yes, I know there were **2 3 other games in this series but the last one was released *22 20 years ago. To clarify, I'd like a sequel in this series. Edit 2, forgot about X-Wing, Alliance. Bully. Final Fantasy Tactics. Eternal Darkness. Jade Empire. Such a great and underrated game. I'm still surprised at how many people who own a Xbox never heard of or played that game. Alan Wake deserves a real sequel. Not the garbage that was released. Psy-Ops. Lenore. Pokémon Snap. Not sure if this has been said, but the Mercenaries series. 2 was a great game albeit a bit buggy and is now dated, but 3 was redlighted because Pandemic Studios was bought out and stripped by EA, I think. Xenogears. Hurts My Heart. Skies of Arcadia. Half-Life 2, Episode 2. The Wolf Among Us. Damn you, Telltale. Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, did time travel and alternate dimensions but I'm sure they could have found some other mind-warping reality plus both games had great and completely unique combat systems. Pokémon Colosseum XD, Gale of Darkness. If you ask me, these were the best 3D Pokémon games, and I feel as though more can be done with the region as the second game shows wild Pokémon returning. Split second. 2 was planned but Disney closed the studio. The god himself, Pepsiman. Left 4 Dead 3. Portal 3. Spore. Dark Cloud 3 please. Okami. Sure we got Okamiden, but it was on the DS. I'm talking a full sequel on a console. Okamiden really needed a better console to stretch its legs. I'd love to see Ami and Chibi team up on the celestial plane. Edit, first gold. Thank you so much. Edit, and now silver, thank you. Maybe we'll all be able to sit down and talk about an Okami sequel someday. Another good Tony Hawk game. The Simpsons Hit and Run. I've scrolled down a fair bit. How has no one said this? A new Spyro game that is true to the original trilogy PLS, thank you. I can keep replaying the 3 OGs over and over, I love them man. Cameo. A new Twisted Metal. Mount and Blade. Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. A proper sequel to it. That's like, good. One of the best RPGs out there. Too bad Nintendo hates Paper Mario. Brutal Legend.